Hi, I'm Jason Gore for ThatShelf.com, and we're here to rock out with Spinal Tap.
Shelf.
So, I finally have this guy on vinyl. This is the new one, but we want to sort of dive back a little bit of the past. This isn't an original. I actually came very close to buying a first pressing, but it's not like this stuff is super audiophile. But this is the 2013 Universal Records release of the original Black Album, as it were. Smell Like a Glove, or Smell the Glove, excuse me. Smells Like Teen's Glove. On its wonderful None More Black vinyl. This was the hype sticker that was on the front. That's why it's sort of attached to the my plastic outer, but the actual record itself is that. And then we have some spectacular artwork of some of their greatest non-hits, including of course Shark Sandwich, Brain Hammer, Heavy Metal Memories, The Sun Never Sleeps, and of course Intravenous de Milo, lest we forget. And then the Rocklopedia Britannicus page, which is interesting. Long before we had any internet encyclopedias, we had the Rocklopedia. So, this is the way that it worked for those unaware of what things were transpiring in 1984. Regardless, masterpiece. The album's fantastic. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful music. And one thing that I think, in a funny way, that's underappreciated, as much as the film is a masterpiece, and we certainly will be talking about much more to do with the film and its sequel when we actually look at the Criterion 4K. That video, so please subscribe so you can watch that video, and click the bell so you'll be notified when it actually launches. Regardless, in a funny way, I think the music is actually underappreciated. This music is great. It's not just a pastiche. It's not just a bunch of stuff. When we talk about like things that could have been hits, just if they were just on their face, I think that a lot of these are quite wonderful tracks. Not quite at the level of the Mighty Wind stuff that I think absolutely, if it would have come out during the folk era, those would absolutely been monster hits. But their musicality on this, the production, all of it, this is such an incredible sounding album. And then, of course, it's a very long and very, for lack of a better word, turgid story about the rights that they had to give up to actually make the film, and then Embassy Pictures got bought, and blah, blah, blah. All kinds of drama. But long story short, is they had a limited time that they could actually sort of be in character and actually do stuff. But when Spinal Tap actually sort of, not reunited, but sort of, came out of the ooze again in the early 90s, they came out with this record, which was originally only out on CD. My CD's over there somewhere. But this is with this exquisite cover, Break Like the Wind. Originally came out in 92. The returning of Nigel, Derek, and David was I believe available on vinyl in some limited markets, but very hard to get. And again, I'm really pleased that with the movie, one thing that we're getting is, and the rights complications and all that stuff getting slightly sorted, that we actually finally have this. I think this album is actually kind of terrific as well. It's one of those things. It's like, do I own any Iron Maiden? No, but I own a lot of Black Sabbath, and I own a lot of definitely Deep Purple, which I think a lot of this sort of borrows from. So, Bitch School, Majesty of Rock, Diva Fever, Just Begin Again. This amazing duet that he does with Cher. Look, Steve Lukather's on here. Nicky Hopkins, Jeff Beck. You have monsters playing with this, who recognized distinctly the genius, the musical impressiveness of what they actually did in terms of improv. I do love the cover. It sort of looks AI, but this is way before AI. And I'm so happy to actually finally have this on vinyl, where I'll just frankly listen to it more than I would on CD, because that's the way that it kind of works. And then this guy. So this is the new release, covered by the same photographer that did the CSN cover, the couch cover, very famous. This is The End Continues. This is the newest record, 2025, for soundtrack for the film. There's some mild spoilers, I guess, that you would see from the trailer and stuff like that if you actually go through. So if you look at the track listing in the back, Nigel's poem, Let's Just Rock Again, Listen to Flower People with Elton John. Brighton Rock, The Devil's Just Not Getting Old, Cups and Cakes with Paul McCartney. I Kissed a Girl, Angels, Big Bottom with Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood on here. Judge and Jury, Rockin' in the Urn, Blood to Let, and Stonehenge with Elton John. Does this live up to this, let alone this? Absolutely not. But this is still kind of glorious to have. And in between these was this guy. So this is the Back from the Dead. So again, every 10 years or so, we have a little bit of a Spinal Tapian renaissance. Again, Back from the Dead. And this one is actually really fun. I would love to actually see this done on vinyl with sort of full size of this. But the way that it actually opens up, then you actually have here the band come out like this. Just fantastic. It's not going to work quite as well as I want it to. But you get the idea that you can actually have all of these guys sort of standing up and doing their thing and rocking out with the discs inside. You got Stonehenge in the middle, quite exquisite, and then the cheering fans there, all within this like glorious package. This includes, again, some tracks that actually show up. You see glimpses of some of the stuff that's actually in the film. As an album, again, it's fine. And they actually, on this, did re-records of a bunch of the tracks. Again, as a way sort of getting around some of the issues that they had in terms of copyright, actual ownership of some of the songs. So this is very much sort of like the Taylor's version, way before Taylor's version. This is Spinal's version, but it has tracks like America. It has a bunch of other stuff on it. This I've not seen that this has been announced on vinyl. I'm probably the only lunatic that would actually want it on vinyl. Please release this on vinyl as a deluxe sort of package. I would love to see that happen. And in order to do that, I encourage you to pick up these guys, because that might actually work out. So let's crack it open and see what is inside. Let's do the Break Like the Wind first, because why not? And so just pick this up at a local store. Please support your local brick and mortar. And inside the record, we have, it's not on a polyline paper sleeve as I would prefer, but it is quite a handsome sort of paper sleeve. The Spinal Tap logo there. And then on the back, Break Like the Wind with the sort of Celtic medieval writing. Fantastic. And then as we pull this guy out, see what the record itself looks like. It actually looks pretty beefy. Pressing. Yeah, there's a bunch of paper and a bunch of schmutz on it. Adds to the funk. There's one of my hairs, I believe. But yeah, the record itself with the actual Tap logo emblazoned on there. So that is Break Like the Wind. And then let's see what the End Continues has on here. So on here it says newly remastered from the stereo analog tapes, 180 gram black vinyl edition. So there we go. And this is Spinal Tap: The End Continues, the new album featuring Elton John, Paul McCartney, Garth Brooks, and Trisha Yearwood, as already discussed. That's the hype sticker on this guy. So inside we have, if we do this again carefully, without cutting into the cardboard, we have another paper sleeve, not polylined. And we have a lyric sheet, and we have a photo of the old guys there together at last again. Produced by C.J. Fanston, as usual. I mean, he's been doing a bunch of their music forever, and Spinal Tap. Yeah, special thanks to Sir Elton John, Sir Paul McCartney. So weird. Yeah, all these various different elements all put together here as a celebration of the film. We're going to, I've already reviewed the film that is on the channel. If you sort of dig in, you can see my review of the film. As I said, we will be looking at the 4K of the film from Criterion, which is absolutely magisterial. But yeah, I wanted to give a look at this. Oh, how about we look at the record? I didn't even do that. It's almost wrapping up before I actually opened it up here, because we knew we were going to get what we were going to get. Yep, so a nice sort of cream color On the inside, this record actually, again, lots and lots of schmutz on it, but that'll go through the cleaner and it'll do the trick. The end continues here with our friends at Spinal Tap. Little bit of sort of that pressing line that goes through here, making it a little less pristine, but usually that doesn't affect playback at all. And look, it's completely ridiculous to have this. For God's sakes, it's Spinal Tap. Could I listen to this on streaming? Sure, but what's the fun in that? Spinal Tap, the end continues. Spinal Tap, Break Like the Wind. Some fantastic stuff here added to the collection. For thatshelf.com, I'm Jason Gorba. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, follow us on social media. Let me know in the comment what your favorite tap track is, and we'll go from there. All the best, and we'll see you next video. Take care.